Hey everybody, so I'm not going to make this video long because as usual, I am about to be off doing something else. I'm actually about to go for a walk with my children. We didn't get to go to the park today. We usually go to get a walk in, so I'm just going to probably walk around the neighborhood. But with that being said, I just want to do a quick video about my beautiful people and us not feeling the need to be envious or jealous of one another. I'm one of those people that believe what is meant for me is for me, and what is meant for someone else is meant for someone else, And maybe the things that I want in this life can be similar to what someone else wants, or even exactly the same. But it doesn't mean that when that person gets it, and if that person gets it before me, I'm going to be jealous or envious of that person. No, I believe we all are capable of having the things out this life that we desire. If it is in the Most High's plan, if it's in God's plan, if it's in the Creator's plan, then I believe that we all can have what we want out of this life. There is never, ever a need to be jealous or envious of a person. I always think about folks, I'm 39 now, and I always think about things like you take celebrities, right? Every now and then you hear about a celebrity passing away, and a celebrity may have, more than likely, I guess that's why they're a celebrity, had money and assets and things like that, but it didn't keep them here. Hey, free thinker, it didn't keep them here in this life. Free thinker, I think you posted something similar about us appreciating life and recognizing that it's more than just the material things, because at the end of the day, we can't take any of these material things with us. We all pass on. We can't even take our bodies with us. Like, we all end up passing on. Hey, Monique. Hello. And yes, the spirit of jealousy is talked about in the Bible. Exactly. So, care about my people. Oh, free thinker. Forgive me, y'all. I'm gonna look away from the comments just to the chat, just so I don't lose my train of thought. But and then I'll come back to the chat when I'm done talking. But with that being said, I don't know. This is something I've always thought about in terms of our culture, and just especially where it stands now. Um, I think about the hate and the envy that runs rampant amongst us. Now I would say this. I don't know if it's just because how I was raised. So to give a background, I was raised by two Sagittarius, but mainly my mother, who is a Sagittarius, and my father obviously a Sagittarius, but mainly by my mother. And my mother was the type of woman who, even though she may not had a lot and she worked her behind off, but she may not have always had a lot. I had never ever witnessed my mother being jealous or envious of anyone. My mother was never that type of person. My mother had a confidence and has a confidence in herself that is inexplicable. Like, I can't explain it. And with that being said, seeing my mother model this particular type of confidence and who she was, and me never witnessing her being jealous or envious of anyone. In fact, I don't really recall anyone in my close circle growing up, as far as family goes, being jealous or envious of anyone, or at least exhibiting this, but especially not my mother. And having her raise us, it made, actually, I think all of my siblings, there's four of us by my mother, I think none of us exhibit that. Like, every now and then, maybe a little civil sibling spat here and there, but nothing out the ordinary. Like, none of us was jealous of each other. And we are not the type of people to be jealous of anyone else. Like, I've never witnessed that with my two brothers. I've never witnessed that with my sister. And I've never ever really completely felt that way about anybody. As an adult now, I still don't feel that way about anybody. I just don't. I always have this thing in me that truly believes that what is meant for me I will get. It is meant for me and I can get it. And what is meant for anyone else is meant for anyone else, and they should have it. And it doesn't make me any less of a person because they have it, and maybe what they have is something that I do desire and I don't have just yet. But I don't know, it doesn't trigger me in that way. I mean, I can't see how you could call yourself a spiritual person and truly believe in a higher power if you are envious or jealous of anyone. Why would you not think that you can have it too? Because at the end of the day, we all perish. We all pass away from this life. With that being said, There's none greater than the other. So what makes you think that what someone else has and maybe your heart desires that you cannot have it too? And even if in the moment that they have it and you don't, it doesn't mean that later on you cannot acquire it as well. Now, if we're talking about someone else's spouse and you want their spouse, that's a whole different story that I'm not even about to get into. That's something you got to rectify within yourself. But as far as material things go, or just to say like, oh, I want a family, but I don't have a family yet, and now I'm upset because other people have a family, like that's something I just don't understand. Like you really have to not be a faithful person in order to operate from that side of things, to really be envious or jealous of anyone, because there's nothing out here that you cannot have unless it just wasn't meant for you to have. And in that case, it just wasn't meant for you to have, but you don't know that until you go for it and not give up on it. I'm gonna go to the comment section because I see like the comments are blowing up. Free thinker, you know what's sad? Black people saying my people when my people don't even care about my people. Oh gosh, free thinker, you and I can have a long conversation about this stuff. Yeah, Mother Nature taking everything back. We had everything before, love in each other until beasts tricked us and made us think we needed their stuff. Oh gosh, that's a video in itself in terms of why we value what we value today. There was a young lady on Instagram and she lives out in nature, and I guess she does a lot of things in nature. She, I guess, paddle boards, does different type of things that has to do with nature. And a lot of people are in the comment section, and I guess they're not bots. If they're not bots, then their profile picture are of melanated beings, and they're attacking this melanated young lady because she's out doing things in nature, and they're like, oh, why are you out there doing white people things? And the thing is, from my understanding, what I know of my family, my grandfather and my grandmother owned land in Alabama in the South. They had a farmland and they were out in nature. This is what they did every single day. They were raising all of their children, which I don't know how many siblings. I had to ask my sister how many there was altogether, but apparently there was a lot of them. And they were living off their land. They were on their land, living off their land. It wasn't a city life. It wasn't a life aspired to be what white people aspire to be, and what their definition of success would be. It was none of that. So, free thinker, in terms of that comment that you said, like, yeah, I feel like some of us, because I don't know all of what is considered to be blackness here, I go more so off of what I believe to be indigenous. Those of us who are indigenous to this land, I think a lot of us ended up taking on the ways of other people here, which I would consider to be immigrants, whether they're European immigrants or other immigrants that came here. We lost who we are, some of us, not all, and we took on their identity. We took on their definition of success. And now we don't know what the hell we doing. We don't know what the hell we doing. Monique says, yes, unfortunately, materialism has captured too many spirits. Oh gosh, it's and yeah, definitely free thinker. As for your topic, yes, what's the purpose of us being jealous when one, materials are temporary? There's just no need for us to be jealous. Yes, exactly. Um Hello, Melody Bell, and I'll be 31 October 11th. Oh, happy early birthday. I'm sure you've seen already, but of course, spiritually, I'm infinite. I know that's right. Um, Thank you, Monique, for welcoming Melody. What's your nickname? Still homeschooling, free thinker. Still homeschooling. I used to call myself the homeschool mom. Then I changed the channel to still homeschooling. That is like the name of this channel. I might even change it again. Monique says the Deuteronomy curses are part of that reasoning for our loss. Now that's something that I would have to, if Monique would come on the channel and talk, that would be something I have to research, because I'm not honestly familiar with that. Okay, SH for short. That'll do, free thinker. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I wanted to give a quick story in terms of this whole our people being jealous of one another. And not everybody's like this, y'all. Not everybody, but um a little quick story that I experienced recently. I told you all how I had the neighbor who I had to call out for using using my electricity down in the basement, even though it was clearly labeled that the outlets were for the upstairs unit where I am at, and she has her side that's labeled down. When I confronted her about this in the basement, I use a little small portable washing machine. You can find it online at Walmart or Amazon. They're little small portable washing machines, probably no more than like $200, if that. Whereas she had a real whole big new washing machine. So one of the things she said to me after confronting her, and I was walking up the stairs of the basement to get off and down the basement, was she said some remark as I turned my back and walked away. She was like, "Oh, this is a cute little washing machine. Oh, that's a cute little washing machine." And it was really condescending. I don't think she meant it nicely. But in that moment, I didn't respond. I just kept it walking. But I thought to myself, like, was I supposed to feel some type of way because you said that? Like, am I supposed to be upset because you got a whole brand new wash machine, which just sounds so petty, y'all. But I'm supposed to feel upset because you got a whole new brand washing machine, brand new washing machine, big washing machine, and I have a little small portable apartment size type of little washing machine. I'm grateful for that. Y'all have no idea. Like, I'm so grateful for what I have. I don't even have time to think about what other people have and what I don't have. And if I'm thinking about what I don't have, I'm thinking about what I need to do to acquire what I don't have, if it's really that important. Because what I don't like doing is stressing over crap I don't need. I have other goals, and I feel like my money could be used in other better ways, especially with the fact that I am a mother of three children. So material things to me, especially at this point in life, really don't mean much other than the necessities that we need here in this house. But that was kind of an example of, just that feeling of what we believe to be, I guess, important in life, and how feelings of jealousy and envy can come about, especially when you value things, especially when you covet what somebody else has, and you value things that really just don't have any value at all. It really doesn't have any value at all. But as for me, it's like in that moment, I couldn't feel no type of way because I don't envy her. I don't envy her washing machine. I don't envy what no one has. I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. And if I ever felt the spirit of envy or jealousy, for example, I like to be wealthy too, so I can get away from this damn country and get out of here, and not have to work anymore, early retirement. But at the same time, I think to myself, I'm grateful for what I got. And I think that's what keeps me also from feeling any need to feel envious or jealous of anyone. Gratitude. Just remembering I didn't have to wake up this morning. And one day that day is going to come, but it hasn't come yet. And I'm grateful for the human experience. So I don't have to feel that way. Gratitude keeps me humble. Like, there's so many reasons when I tell y'all the work that I do puts me around individuals who are literally disabled. Many of them can't even use their hands, let alone their feet. Like, how can I not spend every single day humble? But you think I got time to be jealous or envy of anybody? Like, no, no, not at all. Free think I'm gonna read your comment here. I'm only jealous in the sense of, like, how did this guy, this dunce, get this good girl? But I'm in a better position, more worth it, more to offer, yet he got the chance and blew it. But I know that could be their experience to learn from. I'm still learning. Listen, free thinker. One day I'll do a video about something like that as well. Cause trust me, I have been probably that girl in certain situations, and I'm blessed where I'm at now. But I've also been in your seat. I feel like I've been in your seat as well, thinking to myself, oh, this guy, he was probably a great guy, but this woman is with him and she don't seem like she treat him right, or blah, blah, blah. But again, at the same time, I also always just, in those scenarios, I'm like, you know what? Like you said, you looked at it from the other side of, this is their moment. And in that moment, they both can become better people from that situation. They probably are meeting at this point in time in life just to have that experience, to learn from one another, branch off, and be a better spouse for the next person. So yes, I'm telling you, free thinker, we be on the same wavelength, same. And I'm gonna tell you this too, free thinker. It's a possibility you might not even end up with somebody that think like you. Because I promise you, I'm not with somebody that thinks like me, which is crazy. You think a lot more like me than the person I'm with, but I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing because I feel like in the experience that I'm having with this person now, because I think this way, I'm opening his eyes to a whole new way of thinking. And because he's very old school, he's actually older than me, he's very old school, he's just very different. He has restored my faith in not only humanity but in men. Like he has definitely restored my faith in men. So, but he's nothing like me. We don't think the same or anything. you, I listen. It can be. You say I hate that. It can be annoying, but we never stop growing. Like even though we are where we are right now, mentally, and things have awoken to us consciously wise, it is to me like another way to just continue to spiritually grow when you with somebody that's nothing like you and don't think like you. And yeah, sometimes it can feel a little, for me personally, it feels sometimes like a little not lonely, but like I'm trying to explain to him certain things the way I see things, and sometimes he doesn't get it. And it's like, man, I wish I could talk to somebody who get it. But at the same time, again, I'm grateful for who he is and the difference of a point of view that he does bring in a relationship. And he's so grounded. He's just so different. Um, but he's so great at the same time. I learn from him. I learn from him and I get better from him. Bruh said, face it, no woman will ever think on the same wavelength as you. You're too aware. Not that I know everything though, but you get it. And it might not be true. You might attract that person that does actually think like you, or maybe on a higher frequency and take you up there in that higher frequency with them if there's such a thing. So yeah, but that's it, y'all. Like I just had to talk about that. And I think I could go on and on about this topic about being jealous and envious. We have so many things, so many social media for one. Social media is a wonderful place to go to and start flipping and scrolling and seeing what other people have. And whether it's true or not that they really have those things and they're really that happy in life, that is definitely a breeding ground to become envious or jealous of someone. But again, it's is to me, you should be celebrating other people. If you feel like you can do that much, celebrate them. If not, then click away. Because you celebrating them and their blessing could very much lead to your blessing. And I don't believe there's ever a reason to be envious or jealous of anyone. It's just not. We got so many movies, maybe even songs that try to make us feel that way. And reality TV shows too, right? They always exhibiting women that are, especially melanated women that are hateful or envious or jealous of one another. And it's like, no, we are we not thinking about our youth? We definitely don't shouldn't want our youth out here feeling that way. They should understand that they're here for a reason. They're here for a purpose. And what is set and stored for them is stored for them. And they don't ever have to worry about somebody else taking it or it not being enough for them. It's that like that scarcity mindset, but it's enough to go around for everybody, despite what the system tries to make us feel like. And I can understand historically why we as a people struggle with that, because of the fact that yeah, the system is always taking shit from us, ain't it? Let me see. um we have the tools, but we use it to do bad things versus stuff like this. Building ideas, mentor relationships, etc. Oh, and I know it's good to be jealous. I accept that, but I feel it. That's just how I feel. I know it's not good to be jealous. I accept that, but I feel it. That's how I feel it. It's yes. It's mainly because I don't have that or have yeah. And I think some of us, again, I just happen to be someone who don't really struggle with that because I'm so nice at times that I tend to celebrate people. I have a habit of celebrating people. Um, it's just in my nature. Like I just like to celebrate people, and it doesn't really bother me that they may have what I don't have. I don't know. I guess again, it might be just how I was brought up. But at the same time, I believe the emotion is still a real emotion that any of us can experience, even if it's just for a second, and then we shoot that emotion down. So I completely understand. Yeah, exactly, free thinker. I don't think that's a big deal. Is I think it becomes a big deal when you act on it. When you act on it, when you're mean to others because you feel that way, or you do something malicious. Like I don't think it's a big deal. But I guess the purpose of my video is just to pretty much, you know, come on and say like, no, we don't have to feel that way. Because whether our time is now or later, what is meant for each of us will be meant for each of us. No one can take that away from us. So that is it. I just wanted to get on here and say that, and it's getting kind of dark, and my daughter really wants to go for a walk. So, but we're all still learning and growing. I know I am. I just be like how You know what? And another thing too, like if you are in the market for a spouse, the thing for me was, and I'm not saying this is for everybody. I'm not good at this relationship stuff. I'm not nobody's relationship coach, but I would say the one thing that helped me attract the person in my life, because I really believe I just attracted the person. I was not looking for this person, and that would be another video for another time. um I stopped looking. I stopped caring. The moment, I promise you, I'm not making this up. It sounds so freaking cliche. The moment I stopped caring about getting a spouse, a partner, a boyfriend, etc., because I was on it hard. The moment I stopped caring is the moment this man appeared. And I tried to run from him because I had finally got comfortable with being single and being by myself. But the moment that I stopped caring was the moment that he appeared. So perhaps, free thinker, the moment you no longer even think about it and you get to the point where you just like, you know what, forget it. I don't need nobody anyway. I'm good. And you keep going and keep living. That may very much well be the moment that you end up attracting your person. See you later, free thinker. Monique, we experience a range of emotions, but it's truly how we seek to manage it that will be the true representation of our spirits. Right on. I agree. That's my point. And with this conversation, I'm all over the place. That is my point. Also, no one is ever too old to learn. As long as you still breathe, you can learn. Absolutely. I know I am always constantly learning, especially from you too, Monique. So that is it, y'all. Because y'all know what? It's getting dark. It's supposed to rain, but I don't know if it's gonna rain right now. But she really want to go for this walk, and I am so tired. But I'm gonna go for this walk, y'all. So I hope everybody has a awesome night, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.